Hello and welcome back. This will be, uh, yeah, this will be the last episode of this series. I just want to do one last episode to finish it off, like so. But there will be spoilers. So if you don't want, like, I have finished the game. So if you don't want some things to be spoiled, don't watch it. Uh, I won't talk about the ending or something, but there will be. You may see things that you maybe don't want to see if you want to see the whole thing. I'm also going to a place early on in the game. Uh, yeah, uh, you've been warned. Now I'm going out because this is Limgrave now, the beginning of the game. About the same, but yeah, there are trees burning. Um, the thing is with this game is that I wanted to do the whole series. I wanted to show you the whole game, but I also think I talked about it early on that there would be a chance I wouldn't show you everything. And the thing is, while playing, I just when I was out and doing side activities, going into dungeons and such, I met characters. So much was happening in the game outside of the camera or recordings. So. And I don't really like that. I want. Oops. Yeah. And another problem with this game is sometimes you're going to fight same boss multiple times, and the further in, the harder the bosses is going to be. So I didn't want to, or rather, since I don't, what's it called again? Since I don't edit my videos, I think it would be boring to watch me die again and again and again at the same boss all the time. So it didn't feel right. And since this was my first time playing it, most of the time I was just going in blind. I had no idea where I was going or why I was going to places. I just went to places. And that's fun, it's super fun. But like I don't know, didn't feel correct. But yeah, I had a blast playing this game, and one thing with this game is it's the journey to get to places, journey to meet all the characters, see their stories unfold and such. And yeah, but I also have some grievances. There are some things in this game that's not good. Um, like wait, I'm just looking at things. Wonder if I can just run in here. No. I know that. I knew it. But like some bosses are really badly designed. I would say. Can I do this? This is Stormwave Caster, where I was early in the game. Yeah, see, I survived. I'm just taking another way through it. Oops. But... Ow! Stop it! The grievances with this game. Bosses. Some bosses have a great design, they're super fun. Destroy the... Come on, destroy it. Ah. Probably not. Some statues have... Oh shit, stop it! Some statues can be destroyed by enemies and they will drop some items. Okay, come on, the bird. Ow! I hate birds in this game. As I said, some bosses really good design, I like them. Others super bad. The thing is, some bosses have a small arena to fight at. Other bosses have this huge ass fucking arena to fight at, and that's almost fine when you play as when you can use torrent and just so when the boss rises and flies away to the other side of the arena, jump on torrent and run over there. But some bosses, like the last boss of the game, you can't use torrent, and it's enormous arena, and the boss go over to the other side, you have to run over there. If you're lucky, you will get there and can do like one attack, and then the boss moves away again, and you have to run up to it again. It gets boring. That's actually my biggest complaint. No, actually, that's one of the smaller complaints. My biggest complaint is some bosses, and this is also some enemies, will just can't really explain what they do. They just throw so out a harrowing of attacks, and they're all over the place. It's hard to really defend against, and yeah, and like the attacks are everywhere. You can't really, or I can't evade them at least. And I don't know. It's not that funny. But then I'm thinking at the same time as I've been playing this, I have been playing Metroid Dread with my brother. There are similarities between those two games, especially with the boss battles. The bosses are hard. You have to learn how they work and such. But with Metroid, where am I going? Oh yeah, I forgot how to get there. I'm going to a place that you can see pretty early on in the game. I will explain it a little bit more when I get there. I just have to get away from enemies so I can check the map. I can teleport there, I know, but this is just to have something to do. Oh yeah, I can just do it like this. Okay. Anyways, yeah, Metroid Dread. I played one boss there, or multitude of bosses. The game is bosses galore. That's a no. Get rid of all the 50% of all the bosses in it, and then it could be better. But anyways, especially the repeating ones. Am I going the right way? I'm totally wrong place. How did I get up there? Since it... Okay, anyways. Going back. There was one boss I played against. Experiment something. You can look it up if you want to. That one, you just need to know that it's experiment something. You can find it if you search for it, Metroid Red something. Anyways, what I need to beat that boss, I just need to learn how to evade its attacks. That's all. But it was such a fucking grind, and I was so angry at it. And it wasn't just that, it's a hard boss. It was more like there had only been bosses for a long time. And let's see here. Yeah, and like when I was just super angry at it, and we just no more playing for the time being. And I looked up the walkthrough and checked, are there any hints on how to do this and how far did I come? And I saw that I was at the end of the boss. But anyways, later on the day we started up and beat it. Yay. But what I wanted to come to is that this game is similar. You have to fight same boss over again to learn how to kill it, how to fight it, and I think it's more rewarding, first of all, in this game. And I was prepared for that. I was prepared for bosses being hard, enemies being hard, because it's a From Software game. They are hard games. Oh, I don't like to call them hard, but they are challenging, at least. There's a special way to play them. You can't just... Whoops. Okay, I survived. That's also one thing. It's hard to know, to see when it's when a fall is too high or too low, or low enough to survive it, because so many times I can look down and spam, yeah, I should survive this fall, jump down, and I die. And then I'm like, no, I can't survive this, jump down, and I survive. And sometimes I take a little bit of damage, but the fall damage is like almost never. Anyways, so there are problems in the game, of course it is. I don't think I ever played a perfect game with no problems. But is that true? Oh yeah. It's it's a special enemy sitting there singing. I'm thinking Legend of Zelda: A Link's... Nej. What the fuck is it called? A Link to the Past. That's it. I was thinking about that one. Huh. Forgot about those enemies. Where am I now? Almost right way. Maybe that one is the... Is that perfect? No, it's not. I don't think. I can't remember anything to critique it at the moment, but... Anyways, back to this game. Another thing, like... Oh, hello there. Since most of the game is fighting enemies, fighting bosses, and some exploring, but... And I cut out most of it, even in the episodes that you have seen. What will this be? 15. So episode 1 to 14, I cut out much of the exploration. And I started further into the series I came, the more I felt like this is wrong. I can't continue on doing this. So yeah, I wanted to quit. I felt it's not wrong. I want to focus on the game, playing it and doing however I want. I don't want to think about the channel or anything. So I just played it and enjoyed it, and have been frustrated and happy and angry at it, and it's a fucking joy. I love this game. Now I'm at the place. I talked about this place in an earlier episode. The 4 belfries. We only see 3 of them because of the fog at the moment. The 3 belfries that are beneath us have like magical gates, teleporters that are locked with imbued sword keys, I think. You need 3 of them to open all 3. But up in the 4th one, there's a chest. Oops. Anyways, there's a chest with one of the keys. Then, so with that one you can choose which one you want to activate. This one or the next one or the one over here, and this is where we're going to go in. Sorry, I have to shut the computer off. So, done. We're going to teleport. Since this is pretty early on in the game, like after you have gone past Stormvale Castle, and I think, yeah, I've talked about that in episodes. Since you can go around Stormvale Castle, you don't have to kill the bosses there. Just go around. You can go to this place immediately, and you can go a better way than I did, a more safer one. I went through Stormvale Castle. You can go around it with just some wolves, pretty easy to take care of, and you can just ride past them if you want. So it's possible to get to this place early on in the game and go in and to see this. I hope it haven't changed since, as I told you, I finished the game. Oh yeah. When I first walked through the teleporter and came here, I was stunned by how cool this place is. It's a city floating in the air, and these tornadoes or whatever going around it. This is some like the outskirts. Outskirts? Is that how we say it? Anyways, of it. And this city is pretty small compared to the capital. That's a huge ass city. It's enormous. It almost feels as big as the whole Bloodborne game, another From Software game. Let's sit. Oh. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I had to pause the recording for a while. Had urgent business in the toilet. Anyways, can't really remember what I was talking about before that. Yeah, but this game, it's not for everyone. That's for sure. And that's fine. All games can't be for everyone. And the thing is, sometimes you have to accept that it's not for you. And if you don't like the game, you just don't like it. You don't have to try to put down everyone who likes it, because if you don't like it, you're not lesser. But at the same time, if you like it, you're not better either. And I think I've talked about similar things before, but I'm really starting to get annoyed by. Actually, not starting to. I am really annoyed by people who have to find faults in things to explain why they don't like it. And most of the times it's so hyperbolic, like over the top things. It just gets so freakishly ridiculous. Um, like one thing most people critique this game for, it's it's so bad looking. It looks like a game for the PlayStation 3. And sure, uh, I'm playing on the PlayStation 5. Yeah, it looks like a PS4 game. I can agree with that. But one thing, like Bloodborne, Dark Souls and such, don't have as vast areas that you play on. Like almost all areas in the game, you can go from the beginning of the game to almost every part of the game without a loading screen. This area is one of the few you have to go through a teleporter to get to. But let's see, and you have to get to this. No, you don't. There's one ending that don't require you to get to this place. Otherwise, you will be taken to this place before that. Before being able to get to the end. And yeah. So, but other than that, you can go through almost the whole game without loading screens. Okay, sure, they have hidden loading screens, of course. And but there's also things that's like the PS5 should be able to do this. I don't bother to show you it. Maybe you can see it in some of my previous episodes, but sometimes it takes a few seconds for the PS5 to load in textures. So if I jump down from a high point and fall down to the ground, and it can just be the green ground, and then the whole environment pops in with usually the trees and structures and such are there, but the grass and bushes and such will pop in after a few seconds. Doesn't have happen often, but it have happened a few times for me. Enough for me to actually notice it and be like, yeah, not super optimized, but I don't fucking care. Otherwise, like, there was one place where they could have. I hope they will fix it. But I was thinking that the quality assurance team should have been able to find it. There was this. Can't really remember exactly how it looked like. If it was like 3 rocks up against each other. I think it was something like that. 3 rocks up against each other, forming like a small hole that the character fits in. But it wasn't so deep, up to the hip, something like that. But the thing is, this hole didn't have any ground on it, so the character, or rather, there wasn't an area for the character to stand on. It was all slopes. So the character was trying to be pushed to an area where there would be ground where she could be standing. But since all these rocks formed wonder what we should call it. Anyways, I was stuck in that place in perpetual falling state. And it was super easy place to find and accidentally fall down into. So it feels like the Q&A team should have found it. Maybe they did, and maybe they have flagged it to be fixed. But the ones, those who were responsible to fix it, didn't fix it. That happens. Apparently too often in game creation, that the Q&A team finds all these bugs and problems in the game and they don't fix it. But luckily enough, if you're in the perpetual falling state too long, the game kills you. Immediately, just bam, you're dead. So, fixed. And that's not a huge problem in the game. It's just, okay, I'm dead, back. As long as you have been to a grace nearby the place, as it was for me. So it was just, okay, go there, pick up the runes I dropped, and that was it. So no problem, actually. That's the worst bug I found. I've run into like 3 places where the camera glitches. And let's and that's just, I have to get close up to a wall and turn the camera up to the wall, and then sometimes I can see through it. There was another wall. If I jumped at the wall, it was like the wall stopped existing. And it was like, when I jumped at it, I went in like half a meter into the wall. And then when I fell down, I was pushed out of the wall. So that's strange place, but then I have to jump into a wall. Like, no. And the only reason why I did it was because people had said, put down messages telling me to do it. So, of course, I'm going to do it. So, and that's the most problems like programming wise, I found uh, some design things I've talked about the bosses, how they how some of them have too large area to fight in, and most of the battle is you running between the places where the boss is. They should have been made the bosses be in the same place more, and just give them more health or defense or something, more resilient to fix it. To no, it feels like that because the bosses that either teleports or flies away or something, when I get up and manage to get in a few hits, I do tremendous amount of damage on them. But I would rather have each hit doesn't do so much damage, but I don't have to run so much between. I'll run. I'll run to the boss again. Lost words. Um, Anyways, I've explained that earlier. Uh, what other things have I read people being angry at this game for? Yeah, someone. In a sense, I can actually understand this critique, but at the same time, it's just shut the fuck up. Is that the game is too big. And it's huge. It's an enormous game. I have, let's see, I'm at 117 hours, 56 minutes, and 50 something seconds that I've sunk into this game. A few of these hours are the game standing idle. Like this or something, like I have to go to the toilet, I made some food, or was talking, or whatever. But let's say that's 7 hours. That's many hours just idling. I don't think it's 7 hours, but it's still over 100 hours of gameplay to get to the fucking end. Whew. It's and sure, maybe I'm taking a long time at it, but I haven't done all yet. There are some dungeons I haven't gone into. There are some dungeons I haven't finished. I have only gotten one of many endings. Sure, the endings aren't that. At the moment, I've seen a few variations of one ending and then like two specific endings. And here's another bad thing about this game. You can only get one ending per playthrough, it seems like. Because now, when I'm here, I have finished the game, I'm forced to start a second run to get another ending. If I try to get into the last boss, I can't go in there. I tried because I can 1, 2, 3. I have 3 endings that I can get now. I can fix a 4th one. I know the 5th one that I accidentally killed one character before it was time, so I can't do that one. And yeah, was it only 5 endings? Maybe it's anyways. So I have to play through it once more if I want the other endings. But then it's if I would play it again, I would go with a new game plus. I keep my experience levels, everything, weapons and such. Enemies will and bosses will get a little boost. Like do a little bit more damage and have a little bit more health. But at the same time, since I will get more runes from them, so I will continue leveling up. I have really good stats at the moment, so and I haven't really looked up how where the cap is. They don't really have an hard cap. Or I think the hard cap is at 99, but they have a soft cap where you start to not get as much from leveling an attribute. And then they have another harder cap where it's after that point it's not really worth leveling it anymore. Haven't looked up how it is for this game, since it's much easier to get levels in this one than in like Bloodborne. And I'm at 50 on many of my levels, and leveling them up beyond that seems to still give me pretty good stat boost, so don't know. But yeah, as I said, man endings about the same thing. But there's one ending I'm interested at getting. I hadn't looked up how to get it, so I picked another one. Like when I came into the ending and I got a choice, I thought I had only 2 choices, but there's a third secret. I had a third secret choice that I didn't think about. Anyways, and it's that secret one I'm a bit interested in. But there's another one, could be fun, but oh yeah. Anyways, so if there are going to be people asking me to actually finish this game, to play it from beginning to end, I maybe will do it, but I have so many other games I want to play on this channel, and I'd want to have an editor if I was going to do that. I want someone to edit my recordings, and I need better equipment, so I can do like just play for 5 hours and then edit down to 2 or 3 hours, depending on how productive I have been on those 5 hours. So I want it to be more like how... Hey, what's happening there? Anyways. More how it's for... how Gab Smorders does it. I like her videos for Elden Ring. But she has... I think she has an editor, or she edits herself. Or both. I don't really know. But She can edit out uh, repeated repeated attempts at a boss, or just traveling to places and such. Uh, and I want to do that if I would play this game again, and try to actually finish it. But yeah. No, after this game, uh, Death Stranding is still going on. Uh, and I'm going to wait to release a new game until Death Stranding is finished. Will be now in yeah, it's going to be soon. It's going to be finished soon. And after that, I don't know exactly which game I will play for the next one. But will most probably be a game I haven't played before. I have a list of games now that I have to want to play through, and I think most of them aren't that long. Maybe it will be about 8 episodes or something, so 8 to 10. Like, I can't remember the name of the game, but I think it will be first will be a horror game set in Norway. Uh, that sounds interesting and looks interesting at least. Then I had some other games that looked interesting also, but yeah, uh, that's for later. But anyways, I hope you have had a great time watching this series, and maybe I'll return sometimes in the future, or I'll yeah. Anyways, uh, so thanks for watching, and maybe we will see each other out in space someday. Goodbye.